So why is specialization important when it comes to a loan? I mean, I could get a loan on the internet, isn't it just a commodity?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this, quite often, and getting a mortgage is not. It's not simple. I look at it like getting a mortgage was way too easy during 2005, 2006, and we saw what happened there. And like many things in life, the pendulum then swings back the other direction. And many would argue right now that getting a mortgage is far more difficult than it should be in some situations. I think we finally, I don't know when exactly the time period would be, but I think we finally hit the period where now the cycle is cycling back and you're seeing a loosening of credit. The moves in the last year to 2 years have been more loosening, albeit very slow, as opposed to the ratcheting down or the tightening of standards, which happened for a number of years after the heart of the financial crisis in 2008.
I'm coming to you. I need a mortgage to purchase my home. What should I be asking you?
Who's going to be working on my loan? So even if you're a mortgage bank, which again, my biases say that that's kind of an advantage as a specialist and also having control of the process, as we talked about. But then also there are mortgage banks where you might have a really terrific loan person, but if they're a one-man show or one-woman show, or the operational side. So where's my loan going to be being worked on? So if it has to go to their corporate offices, which might be in another state or somewhere else, they're still going to lose some control over that process. It helps on the front of knowing the local marketplace better, and it also will help on the front of quite frankly, and my processors would hate that I say this because they want to kind of do things in order, so on and so forth, but I oftentimes will have a file that will need a rush or will have certain sensitivities, and the bottom line is I can walk out of my office, walk into their office, and I can say, move this from the bottom of the pile to the top of the pile. And who's going to be better suited to know how to manage the pipeline, to know how to manage the workflow, other than our team in our office locally, knowing what the dates are, as opposed to our larger company, who again is doing billions of dollars.
Right.
Our branch did $40 million, which I think is a number that we're proud of. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot easier to manage the flow of $40 million worth of business versus $1 billion, and we're able to do that locally. And so I think, is there a team working behind you, and is it going to be what we call fulfilled? Is it going to be fulfilled locally? So I think that's a huge value add. It's a huge advantage to be able to have local fulfillment because it's going to be better suited to A, again, know that marketplace, and then B, also to be able to manage the workflow better to make sure that these very critical deadlines, everything is so deadline critical nowadays, and having it fulfilled locally is going to give you a big advantage on that.